Emily Blunt's struggle with an often overlooked disorder made her believe she could never become an actress. However, performing helped her overcome her speech impediment and became her passion. Thanks to her job, Emily can also relate to her husband, actor John Krasinski. The couple has even worked together. Let's find out how Blunt went from shy preteen to international movie star. Emily Blunt grew up in quite a special family. Her father was a very important lawyer and even served as a Queen's Counsel. That's right, he worked with the English crown. When Emily was a child, she even had the chance to meet the Queen Mother. That means the mother of Queen Elizabeth II. In this case, she was accompanying her grandfather to an event. Her grandpa served in the army and was awarded very high honors, which is why he had the chance to meet a member of the royal family. Emily's uncle is an important British politician. Her sister Felicity is a literary agent. Not only that, but Felicity is married to Stanley Tucci, Blunt's co-star in The Devil Wears Prada. The couple actually met at the actress's wedding. On the other hand, Emily's mom used to work as an actress. However, Blunt never thought she would follow this path for a surprising reason. She used to stutter so much that she could barely hold a conversation. The actress has opened up about her speech impediment several times. Emily told W Magazine that she was a smart kid with a lot to say, but she couldn't say it. "It would just haunt me," she added. Blunt's stuttering also led other kids to bully and make fun of her. Now that she's older, the star wants people to understand that it's a biological disability.
It's a real problem for a lot of people. It's not just kids. You have adults into their 40s and 50s who haven't been able to get the jobs that they deserve because you're sort of misrepresented by how you speak, and it's nothing to do with an anxiety disorder or a nervous disposition. It's nothing like that. It's just a kind of brain synapse thing that happens to people who are genetically predisposed to have it.
In fact, stammering is usually hereditary, and some of Emily's family members have struggled with the same problem. At a gala organized by the American Institute for Stuttering, the star described her speech impediment as,
"It just felt like a very emotional battle and rather like a mental mountain that I was being crushed by. It actually more than anything felt like an imposter living in me."
The actress's family took her to speech coaches and relaxation coaches, but nothing seemed to work. Blunt got so self-conscious that she started to do silly voices and accents because she felt that was the only way she could speak normally. Emily's teacher suggested that she perform in the school play. Of course, Blunt wanted nothing to do with acting since it involved speaking in front of an audience. However, the teacher told her to talk in an accent the whole time, so the future star decided to try it. The actress put on a Northern English accent, which she has described as really dodgy. However, the accent and distancing herself from the character allowed young Emily to do what she had longed for so long. She spoke fluently. Up to that point, Blunt had never considered acting as a career since it involved speaking all the time. Instead, she thought about being a linguist or a translator for the UN. However, acting allowed her to overcome her stutter, and little by little, it became one of her passions. Although having a speech impediment was very hard on the actress, she has learned to see the silver lining. Emily told U Magazine that she developed great empathy and learned to watch people very closely since she often couldn't speak. "It was the making of me in many ways." Today, Emily is an advocate for people who struggle with stuttering. She has partnered with the American Institute for Stuttering to raise awareness about this disability people don't know much about. Blunt considers speaking about it very important since people tend to bully and make fun of those with speech impediments.
I'm just full of admiration for the American Institute of Stuttering and all the work that you do to encourage people never to leave their voices in the shadows and to encourage people to be heard.
Although Blunt doesn't normally stutter, she has revealed that it can come back in flares if she's really tired. It also came back really strong while she was pregnant. Once Emily discovered how much she liked acting, she joined Hurtwood House, a boarding school famed for its performing art program. During one of the school shows, an agent spotted Blunt and fixed her an audition with a theater director. And that's how it all started. Emily got a role in a West End play as Judi Dench's granddaughter. Dench took Blunt under her wing and would invite her to her dressing room every day. Judi has described Blunt's personality at the time, saying, "She was quite young, frightened, and insecure." Judi was so important during this phase of Emily's life that she was even able to talk the young actress out of a singing career. When she told Dench, the dame assured her she wouldn't be able to both act and sing. Emily called the record label and told them, "Judi says I'm out." Little by little, the former shy young girl acquired security and advanced in her career with hit movies like The Devil Wears Prada or The Girl on the Train. As she got more famous, Emily met and got involved with other celebrities. In 2005, she began dating pop star Michael Bublé. The couple dated for 3 years. This relationship became the center of a scandal when a woman named Tiffany Bromley claimed Bublé had cheated on Blunt with her. She came forward with pictures of the singer sleeping while shirtless and pictures of the two of them together. "Michael is a cheater and a rat," Bromley told the Globe tabloid. She also claimed that Bublé and her had made mad, passionate love a couple of times since he began dating Emily. The actress and singer broke up less than a year after the rumors. When asked about the cheating, Blunt said, "It's complicated. I never want to talk about it." Michael claimed the relationship didn't end because of infidelity. However, years later he admitted he was a jerk to the British star. He said he had learned about himself and wouldn't have the same attitude again. The musician also claimed he was grateful for his relationship with Blunt. "Without it, I wouldn't have had a chance to fall in love with myself enough to be with a woman like my wife," he explained. How would you feel if one of your exes said something similar about you? We assume living through that experience wasn't easy for Emily. What she didn't know is that true love was just around the corner. In 2008, she was having dinner with a friend at a restaurant. Her friend spotted an acquaintance at another table, actor John Krasinski. The friend introduced the two actors. When they shook hands, Emily and John felt what they later would describe as love at first sight.
"Well, I hope you're good because my life is in your hands." And he just leant down and he went, "I'm the best." And he really was, you know.
The Office alum wasn't looking for a girlfriend at the time, but couldn't resist his attraction to Blunt. He left his table mate, who happened to be actor Justin Theroux, to go flirt with Emily. The stars both claimed to be the ones who asked the other out.
He was actually sitting with our friend Justin Theroux.
Okay.
And then he abandoned Justin and came over to come and talk to us. He did not eat, he just stood there and made me laugh.
Although we might never know who took the first step, we know their first date happened at quite an unconventional place, a shooting range.
I think that I was so sure that I would never end up with her because she'd be like, "This is ridiculous. I can have anyone, not you." That I was like, you know what? I'm gonna blow it right away. And then that way you don't feel bad.
Krasinski had been crushing on the actress long before meeting her, and had watched The Devil Wears Prada more than 70 times. Imagine how intimidating the date was for him. Emily hasn't said much about the date since it's a special moment she wants to keep to herself. However, it's clear that it was a bonding experience for the two stars. Less than a year after the pair began dating, John proposed.
I have ambitions, my own ambitions. I have my own ideas. I have my own lifestyle. I do all the things on my own. Sure. But I know I wouldn't be the guy that I am now without her.
The actors haven't disclosed much about the moment, only that it was low-key and very emotional. Krasinski confirmed that he got down on one knee and added, "She did cry after. I cried and we cried, and then everyone around us was crying." According to The Office alum, the people around them didn't know what was going on but felt moved after seeing him and Emily cry. The stars tied the knot at George Clooney's villa in Italy. Apparently, the star had invited the lovebirds to use his villa several times, but they took their time to say yes just because they didn't think he was serious.
"Hi, I'm Emily Blunt, and this is my husband, John Krasinski."
And we're looking for a couple that's into dark rooms full of strangers.
What?
Emily and John's marriage continues to stand strong. The couple has two beautiful daughters, Hazel and Violet. Krasinski and Blunt have also worked together in A Quiet Place, a movie which John wrote and directed. Although he wrote the lead role with Emily in mind, the actor-turned-director was reluctant to offer it to her. Krasinski was worried that Blunt would feel pressured to take the role just to please him.
I've actually never seen her work on set for an extended period of time. I've never seen her do very intense acting, and to be in the room when she does what she does, you get to see why she's so good, and it's really amazing.
However, Emily wanted to take the part. When the pair announced they were going to collaborate, many friends told them, "You're going to be divorced by the end." According to the actress, the experience actually brought them closer together. We bet that young, shy Emily would have never imagined that she would become a global superstar and marry one of the most beloved TV actors. Here at Rumour Juice, we are glad she's using her past struggles to inspire others and wish her the best on her journey. Be well and be kind.